Hi, let's take a look at Timeslide one-shot, written by Steve Foxe, drawn by Ivan Fiorelli, and colored by Frank Diamata. Full spoilers ahead, so you're forewarned. I find myself enjoying this a lot more than I expected. The last outing with Fox wasn't great, but this one is fun and concise. Part of me do wonder what the purpose of this one shot is, but if it is this fun, it could be kind of pointless and still work. The other keyword here is concise. If this is not going to have a lot of impact, the one-shot approach, I think, is the way to go. Compare this with that stretched out air of Apocalypse, this is way better. Hi, Future Tyler here. I agree. Not only that, this is really a Marvel teaser disguised as a comic book. And the best thing of all is that Tempus, one of the five, made an appearance and hinted that there will be more than one Age of Krakoa. Not that we will see it anytime soon, but the fact that this is in a Marvel future teaser comic book, I will take it. I mean, I feel like Fox and Fiorelli is having a lot of fun here. The time frame splash page, the fact that I could recognize most of them probably meant that those are past events such as, the Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth or the Five like around an egg. Actually, I think those might be snippets from actual comics. The five panel is from Marauders when they failed to resurrect Kate. So it stands to reason that most, if not all of those, are snippets from other comics. Okay. So my initial reaction when Tempest and Bishop landed in 3077 was, who is this Cable? Or rather, when is this Cable in his timeline? Turns out it is kind of linear for us. This is post Krakoan Cable. I do not quite remember the fall of X parts with Bishop and Cable, so I'll leave it to my future self to do it for us. Bishop and Cable were responsible for defeating the Children of the Vault after Forge's biodome trapping the children in the dream state failed, post the events of Hellfire Gala 3. They confined the children back to the vault at the end of the story, which is why Tempest sorts them out. While I like the idea of Vacuna, one of the latest incarnation of the Children of the Vault, traveling through time to remove pivotal times in the history of mutantkind, it is not really an original idea. It is a common trope with time travel stories to jump back in time to change something. I mean, this is basically the basis of Days of Future Past, and also what the Trickster Titan did with Omega Sentinel, but this is slightly more involved. Yeah, I mean, the problem with this is this. It will just create an alternate timeline without those pivotal moments. Because the way I understand how Marvel Multiverse works is that any changes will simply split the timeline into two. So I'm not sure how this defeats the mutants. Also, I'm also kind of not sure about timeline correcting itself. Yeah, I mean, but the entire Vacuna thing is really a plot device to do some silly time thing without having any consequences. I mean, they're not going to mess with Weapon X or Dark Phoenix Saga. And the silly bit of having Miss Marvel at Dark Phoenix just doesn't make sense in terms of the timeline. But that time jump to Rise of Apocalypse and E for Extinction seems aimed at X-Men 97 viewers. That's true. I do enjoy the glimpses we get of possible future and tie in to all the new characters introduced thus far, like Bronze, Jitter, and even Revelation. Fox even brought back the Messiah era stuff in Bishop's inner monologue, where he was hunting Cable and Hope. And here is where the marketing comes in. I'm not sure if all of them are like hints or that some are made up, but near the top of the list, the 8 deaths refers probably to the 8 deaths of Spider-Man that is currently running. And we know One World Under Doom is coming, as well as like Eternal Storm. The false metal probably refers to what is happening in Wolverine currently. And there is one curious one, who waits within the last egg? Is that an egg left behind by the 5? I mean, my wild guess is Rasputin. That would be interesting. Strange of Asgard is a new Doctor Strange series. Then there is a new Champions and Strange Academy book coming. I scoff at X versus X though. Like, have we not have enough of X-Men fighting X-Men? Age of Revelation is probably a play at Age of Apocalypse and the Time of Strife. And then you have like Ultimate Incursion and Miss Marvel, Second Genesis. They both sound interesting to me. Though I really rather keep the Ultimate Universe, say, separated from the 616 universe. I do have a theory though regarding the current Ultimate Universe. But we can discuss that a little bit more in the random thoughts section. The last one, 3K Gene Bomb. That one sounds like another big event. Well, anyway, the ending bit is kind of a reset button as Vecuna consumed the time of his own creation, destroying himself and then releasing all the pivotal points that he had previously consumed. Something that stood out as off to me is Tempus lecturing Bishop and Cable regarding time travel and glimpses of possible future timelines. I mean, they're both time travelers, so they're pretty well aware of that effect. Overall, I enjoy Fiorelli's art. It is a touch cartoony at times, kind of like Loli's art, but I do not mind that at all. He had to handle a multitude of characters and a wide variety of environments, and I think he did so really, really well. Yeah. I'm most impressed with all the fully rendered backgrounds for all the different environments in this story. Bishop and Cable looks good, but I think Tempest's design is a little too impractical. She also looks like Rogue, which is not necessarily Fiori's fault, as that is how her characters look as designed by Imonen, but a slightly different hairstyle might have helped. So this is my theory of the Ultimate Universe. The current Ultimate Universe is named 6160, which leads me to think that maybe that is version 0 of the new 616 that the maker is trying to create, which stands to reason there are more than one version, and that version 0 might be his control universe, and Ultimate Incursion might be all of his like different universes collapsing on one another. I mean, I would enjoy seeing that and keeping the Ultimate and the current Marvel universe apart. That would be interesting. So this is a fun read. It does not really have a lot of impact, nor any meaningful character developments. So, I would give this a 3.25 out of 5. I would have rated it lower if the art was not as good. But in this case, I agree. So, check this one out. Just going knowing that part of it is kind of like an advertisement for upcoming Marvel stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Please share this with your friends and leave us a comment. Thanks, and Tyler out.